ambiguities with the existing law. If you look at the bill, what you want to introduce, and what we already have, there are embedded ambiguities. Maybe you've not read it. Yes, it's possible. It's possible. If he has, he wouldn't make the argument he's making. Because those gaps have been identified. And it is his duty to acknowledge and concede to them, rather than to argue that there are no gaps. We don't just get up. No. I'm not on my feet just to argue. But look at your bill. Look at the NHIS law. And tell me whether there are no ambiguities, whether there are no gaps. You just know, Honorable Minister. That is why I don't want you to start on that path. I don't want you to start on that path. Because whatever you are trying to introduce, you and I know what this bill is introducing: duplication. We've decided to move on, so let's move on. But don't attempt to re-argue. You have a health insurance law which is already operating. Now you are saying you are taking 20%. We have already agreed. So just move on and stop this part that you are going. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help. It's not going to help you. The path you are choosing will not help you. So just conclude and let's make progress.
Yes, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, just conclude for us.
Mr. Speaker, let's be fair. With the greatest of respect, I am struggling to see the point the minority leader has made on the floor. He has just mentioned gaps without saying anything. Mr. Speaker, I have been wholly involved in this particular bill. This is my bill. I took it cabinet. And I took the committee through, clause by clause. And I defended more than 70% of the clauses yesterday with the committee. You should ask his ranking. To say I don't understand or I have not read, it's an insult. With the greatest deal of respect to him. Respect is reciprocal, Mr. Speaker. Respect is reciprocal. You can't take anybody for granted on this floor. Mr. Speaker, so we must begin to pay particular attention to certain provisions in the bill. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader drew our attention to clause 22. And that same place, if you go to 22.2, and with your permission I read, a person who donates to the fund is in accordance with section 100 of the Income Tax Act 2015, entitled to claim a deduction that is equal to the donation made to the fund. If this is not brilliant, what is it? And we are not looking at such provisions. We are looking at one angle. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I thank you for the opportunity.
Honorable members, my duty is to put the question after this lengthy debate. And all those...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, you give indication that you want to put the question, and I'll urge you not to. Mr. Speaker, you cannot put the question now because we in the chamber at the moment we are 58. Mr. Speaker, if you read the question, the Constitution, the 1992 Constitution in Article 104, they said decisions in Parliament shall be determined by more than half of the number. The highest court of the land, the Supreme Court, in the case of Justice Abilai versus the Republic, the Supreme Court held that matters to be determined in Parliament must be determined by more than half of the numbers. Mr. Speaker, we don't have 138 members in this chamber. Mr. Speaker, and I'll urge you not to put the question. Mr. Speaker, the Constitution, I'll read Article 1041. Except otherwise provided in this Constitution, matters in Parliament shall be determined by the votes of majority of members present and voting, with at least half of the members of Parliament present. Mr. Speaker, we are not up to 138 in this chamber. We cannot take that decision. Mr. Speaker, I urge you to defer the question. Defer the question. When we have 138 in the chamber, then we can take that decision. But we cannot take that decision now.
Honorable Habib, you cannot ask me not to put the question. If you hold on. If you want to invoke the constitutional provision, then you do so. Then I see that you've invoked the constitution. But you cannot ask me not to put the question.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, I am guided and I am drawing your attention and invoking Article 104 of the Constitution. Drawing your attention to the absence of quorum. Drawing your attention to the absence of decision-making quorum, as made clear in the Constitution. And Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I just read Article 1041. Mr. Speaker, except as otherwise provided in this Constitution, matters in Parliament shall be determined by the votes of majority of members present and voting, with at least half of all the members of Parliament present. Mr. Speaker, half of the members of Parliament is 138, and we are not 138. And I'll make the application that we don't have a decision-making quorum, and the Constitution is clear, and there is a decision from the Supreme Court in Justice Abdullahi versus the Republic, where the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, have made it clear that decision that need to be determined by Parliament, we should have more than half of our members present, and we don't have that present. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Majority Chief Whip.
Mr. Speaker, indeed, you hit the nail right on its head when you said that he cannot stop you from putting the question because the rules do not permit him to do that. He can only pounce after the question has been put and a decision made. Then he can challenge the number of members present on the floor and taking part in the decision. Mr. Speaker, in any case, the constitutional provision that the Honorable Habib has invoked is provided, procedure is provided for it in our rules as to how it should proceed with. Mr. Speaker, if you read Order 64.1 is to the effect that a quorum of Parliament, apart from the person presiding, is 1/3 of all the members of Parliament. 2, when the person presiding is a deputy speaker or a member, that person shall be counted as part of the quorum. 3, a member may draw the attention of the person presiding at any time during a sitting that members present in the House constitute 1/3 number of all the members of Parliament. 4, the person presiding shall A, direct the clerks at the table to cause the bell to be rung, B, continue the business of the House for a period of 10 minutes, C, direct the clerks at the table to conduct a head count of members present, and D, if there is still no quorum, suspend the sitting of the House for a period of not more than 1 hour. 5, that is 64.5. If on resumption of the sitting, there is still no quorum upon the conduct of a head count, the House shall stand adjourned till the next sitting day without question being put. So, Mr. Speaker, if you get up to recite the Constitution, yes, without the question being put, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, to merely get up and recite the Constitution without proceeding, without having recourse to the procedure under 64, is neither here nor there. So, we'll proceed with business. The procedure provided for the chair to invoke 64 is clearly outlined. The bell will have to be rung. If that is what is calling for, that is what is invoked. But he cannot say that you cannot put the question. The business of the House will have to be made progress with. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, even though the majority chief whip attempted in explaining this, Mr. Speaker, in Parliament and business of the House, we have 2 quorum. We have a quorum to comment, quorum to take a decision. If you read our orders very well in 64, it has reference to Article 102 of the Constitution. And Article 102 of the Constitution is talking about quorum to commence business or do business. But I quoted Article 104, which is a decision-making quorum. So in Parliament, we have 2 quorum. A quorum to commence business or do business, and a quorum to do decision. And Mr. Speaker, I'm referring you to 104, not 102. Mr. Speaker, I'm referring you to Article 104 of the Constitution. The other 64 he referred to is a reference to Article 102. And Mr. Speaker, Article 102, I read Article 102. A quorum of Parliament, apart from the person presiding, shall be 1/3. Mr. Speaker, that is not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to Article 104, not Article 102. Mr. Speaker, and even what he has referred to, that's never what I'm referring to. I'm talking about decision-making quorum. There are 2 quorums, and I'm not referring to a quorum that is in Article 102 of the Constitution. A quorum in Article 104 of the Constitution for us to take decision, and we don't have the number to take that decision.
Speaker, before my leader comes in, I reference Order 64.5, and sometimes the Honorable Habib, we listen to him. He should also take his time and listen. The order is to this effect: if on resumption of the sitting, there is still no quorum upon the conduct of a head count. Please, can you stop this? Can you stop this? You are challenging the Speaker not to put a question, which is a procedural matter. So what did you do? So, Mr. Speaker, 64.5 is to the effect, and listen again, please. If on the resumption of the sitting, there is still no quorum upon the conduct of a head count, the House shall stand adjourned till the next day without a question being put. Speaker was about to put a question. Then you rose on your feet and sought to arrest the putting of the question, which was clearly out of order. You have been put right. And we have invoked the procedural law for you to follow. And now you say that you are not invoking Article 102, you are invoking Article 104. Is Article 104 a procedural law? This is the procedural law. And what we are doing is governed by procedure. You can, hold on. You can invoke Article 104 in the Supreme Court. You will say that a decision has been taken by Parliament which is in breach of Article 104. So you will seek interpretation, but you cannot say that willy-nilly you have invoked Article 104, so everything should come to a close. Yes. So you must marry the substantive law to the procedural law. That is how we do it, Habib. Take your time and be calm. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Amenkamfo Security and Tech Solution Service Enfamount. So you Dumaku be wesi a factory and as a company now per se security yet tie so per fence wall. Say ye electrify or fence no Enfamount. Na ye say ye mo a CCTV cameras. I be tra when na solar panels a beboa say light crack offer. Wo honum endum light bejina 24/7 me Kamfo Security and Tech Solution Service the amount from na enu eni adwuma from 0244 571 977 and 020 670 9117.